Hello guys, it's Grinder here, back at it again with another video, and this time I'm going to be doing some test hands with Branded. And before we hop into that, I actually played a match last night, and I'm going to go ahead and show off the game one of me going first in that. Oh yeah, my opponent lost or won the rock paper scissors shoot, still made me go first, but I figured that this was worth going over, since this was like an in-game one, and I was going to get more in-game stuff of it, but this was really late at night and I didn't want to like play anymore, to be honest. But so first of all, I went to main phase because Duel and Lockbird doesn't hurt the play that I was going to go for with this. If I get hit with Duel, it actually just doesn't impact me at all because I'm only doing one search this turn, and it'll make the opponent scared of Talons. And I also start with opening here because the play I was going for was going to require the Dark Monster on field, and then also at the same time I want this to get hit with Imperm or something. Because there's like, you know, the thing where you have to Imperm Aliber, you have to Veiler Aliber if it's there. Because if you don't, and they search Branded Lost and they already have Fusion, then your Imperm or Veiler's dead. And if they search Branded Fusion and they didn't already have it, then you just let your opponent get free cards for no reason. So this always baits out like the Imperm or Veiler in this kind of scenario. So the opponent lets it go through. I grab Branded in red. Now you might wonder, why not grab Branded in Lost? Because if I activate Branded Lost, and then I go like Branded Fusion, I'm probably just cooked and there's literally no way I can win that game. Because all I'm going to have is Guardian Chimera, and that's it. I won't even have like Sprin's Kit to search off Mercarier. So here, go Branded Fusion and Resolves, and I go for the Lubellion Fallen of Albaz. I was also thinking here I could have gone for the Tragedy, and then Tragedy search Adlib. Especially because my opponent was choosing to go second. I could have gone ahead and done that. And then, like, dump Tragedy, dump Fallen of Albaz, summon Lubellion. Lubellion Tragedy, discard Springen's Kit, go search, grab Adlib, and then just summon Mirror Jade, and just, like, pass with Mirror Jade, Mercarier, Branded in red, and then, like, have follow-up. But I ended up deciding to go for this line, where I go, like, Albion effect, banish, go for Lubellion effect, discard, and then put back Fallen of Albaz itself, summon Mirror Jade, then Tribute, bring out Lubellion effect, bring out Branded Lost, and then set Branded in red, end phase, Albion goes to Expulsion. So, like, with this play, I have Branded in red, live, but first I would want to Expulsion. I guess, I mean, it really doesn't matter what order you have to do them in. But you can go like Mirror Jade, go ahead, banish something, Mercarier, negate something, Expulsion, Tribute, and then bring back. I guess you'd want to go like Branded in red first, target Fallen of Albaz, tag out, make Guardian Chimera, draw, pop, and then you have Expulsion, Tribute, Guardian Chimera, and that lets you bring out Fallen of Albaz. And then you can get Fallen of Albaz effect to go ahead and fuse and get another interruption. And that's not even including like the Fallen of Albaz itself being an interruption, because you'll be able to go into like Mirror Jade probably, or maybe you just make like Sprint. There's a lot of different lines there that you can actually end up going for, but I just wanted to like show that off. Okay, now this is I'll show you, like, this is the first hand. So we'll go ahead, go main phase. This is a fairly simple hand though, because you only have one play, and that's just activate Branded Fusion, Shank called by on the Ash, get out of here, bozo, and then go ahead, dump. So it's always going to be Fallen of Albaz, so you only have to think about the second send. Some people overcomplicate it, and like, I just like, you just send Fallen of Albaz, always, and then you can think about the second send. So here, you really only have like two good choices. It's either the Lubellion or the Tragedy, and we can like play out the difference of what these will be. So if you go for the Lubellion into the Albion play, you're gonna have to banish Adlib from hand with your Albion to summon Lubellion, and then Lubellion's gonna have to discard Talons, and then you're gonna end on Mirror Jade, Lubellion, Lost, and then you get to set Branded in red. But what does that Branded in red do? Nothing. So you can't go for the Branded in red there. You're going to have to go for the Expulsion play. But what does Expulsion do there? Nothing. So that play is not the play. Boom. Simple as that. dump the Tragedy, dump this, go ahead, bring out Lubellion Tragedy. I guess the discard can just be ad lib, but I guess at the same time we should probably just pretend that we didn't call by our opponent and they dashed us, because then like our talents is gonna be live and that's just gonna change this. So we'll just play as if we didn't get hit with Ash, because our opponent would be cooked if they did. So Lubellion discard. I think the Lubellion can just discard ad lib. And then we'll have Tragedy. Then we'll have enough monsters for our Branded in red. We'll get to keep Tragedy in graveyard for better follow-up. Yeah, I like that. And also, if we happen to get hand trapped, you know, we still have like our protection cards. Like all three of these protect you from hand traps. Like Called By actually protects you from the hand trap. Eclipse protects you from a hand trap, and then Talents helps you just like, I'm gonna look at your hand. I'm gonna see what you have. I can play next turn. You know, I already have Tragedy, Branded Fusion. I get to search here. I'm grabbing Aliber, and then put back the Fawn of Albaz, Lubellion, summon, effect goes search, and this is just gonna grab the Branded in red. You could, if you wanted to, you could have searched like Branded in red instead of discarding ad lib. I'll just run through that play in a second, because this is what you're ending on. You obviously have like these that you can set, but that's all that you're ending on there. But let's say I go ahead and I don't discard ad lib, and I'm just like, okay, I'm not gonna need talents. Just discard that, right? Keep ad lib in hand. Then you could go Mirror Jade to banish. You could dump that, banish, and then you would have searched the Lost. Just add it, activate it. End phase, you get to set this. And then like that's a pretty good play too, because you can activate, add back, and then just like, you know, banish, summon Chimera, wherever it is. Okay, there we go. And then you'll get like your effects here. This will let you summon back Mirror Jade. It's gonna search Aliber. You're gonna get the draw. You're gonna search Mercarier. So you can see how this is just like already game. You already win with that. But let's go ahead and just reset deck. Just hop into another one. Hopefully this one has a little bit more engine in it. Okay, honestly, let's just reset deck again. Oh my gosh. Oh wow, why are these hands just have no engine right now? Like, they don't have like the cool combos. I mean, I guess it's fine. We'll just go like upstart, draw. Okay. I guess that actually helps us out a decent amount. So, to start this off, you can normal summon out Blazing Cartesia, because you are not going to need your normal summon this turn. So you can go like normal summon, activate opening, and then you can discard Fallen of Albaz, go ahead and special summon, and then bring out the Aliber, and then Aliber effect. You want Cartesia there, so that way you can like protect this. I mean, technically you could brand it in red to protect it, but that just seems kind of bad. Like, special summoning this is cool and all, but you don't need to do that there. Go ahead, grab Branded Fusion, and then just activate the Branded Fusion. Branded Fusion is going to go ahead and dump Fallen of Albaz, and then like once again we have a choice here. How do we want to play this out? Especially because if you want to go ahead and go for the Lubellion play, either way you play in the nip here, to be honest. Unless if you don't want to go for Grand Goyle, which I don't think is correct. You can dump Branded Fusion, and then you can dump Tragedy and just get that line set up. Because either way you're going to be discarding a card for Lubellion with either line that you're going for. But you could go for the Albion into the Lubellion line and also have like the Grand Goyle, and then Grand Goyle will allow you to dump. So there's like, I'm trying to like explain the different lines here, because obviously you could dump this. Also, a lot of people ask, when do you go for Dark Magician turn 1? Never off Branded Fusion, it feels like. Like, I'm not dumping Dark Magician off Branded Fusion. If I hard draw Dark Magician, then yes, sometimes I go for it, because I can Lubellion, discard it, and then summon Dragoon, and like that's pretty cool. That helps protect your field from like everything. But even then, sometimes it's not the correct scenario. It's not the correct thing to do. You can also Gargoyle dump this card to get access to it. So you have like a few different ways to get access to it. Fusion Deployment can also special summon it out if you want to. But, okay, so Branded Fusion, dump the Fallen of Albaz, and then dump the other card. So let's just go ahead, and we're going to dump Tragedy. I think that's just the proper line here. I really like ending with like the ad-lib and stuff. Especially because like we're playing in the nib. I think this is probably the best way to like quote unquote, not even play around it, but like play through it. Dump. So, oh my gosh, I should probably just leave the replay and come back, because I hate when the extra deck gets all messed up like this on DB. In person, I'm actually a savage, I'm not even gonna lie. Sometimes before hitting my opponent my extra deck for cash, like for Unicorn, I'll literally shuffle it and then pass it over, because like, I know what's in my extra deck. Effects, especially like when you have as many 2-ofs as this, it's kind of funny. But okay, Libellion, Tragedy, go search Adlib. And then, whoa, I was talking about a story and almost messed that up. So you're supposed to Cartagia there. And then you can go ahead and use those. And then that'll summon out. Now, I do want to talk about two different plays here in a second. You can like summon that, search Adlib, and then put back, summon out the Mirror Jade. And then you can get Gargoyle, affect the dump. And then this can just go ahead and dump like Albion if you want it to. And then Albion can get you access to Expulsion. And then you'll have like Blazing Cartagia, Fallen of Albaz for your Expulsion. And that's like really strong. But to be honest, you already have access to Fallen of Albaz on their turn through Mirror Jade effect, dumping your Rinbrum. So really just giving access to Cartagia, which still isn't bad because Cartagia is Dragos de Palea on the opponent's turn. I also got lost in the sauce. What was I doing there? Okay, yeah, dumping. So you can go ahead and dump. And then I think if you want to go for this for the Expulsion, it's fine. But I think you just go for this and just dump Glory. So that way you can just go like, you know, set, end phase. And since we're not going for Expulsion, we can add that back. And then go ahead, search, grab Mercarrier. The end board doesn't seem that crazy, but you have, I'll just like do it, 1 interruption, 2 interruption. This is Guardian Chimera, and then Adlib will make Mirror Jade. The Mirror Jade will be able to dump Rinworm, and then Rinworm allows you to get to Fallen of Albaz, which is another interruption. And then like, you know, the second Mirror Jade is dumping an Albion. So then you have like, you see how this is just like a bunch of interruptions with follow-up. And then like you also have Chimera draw. And like the deck just naturally produces follow-up. That's one thing I really like about it. But I wanted to talk about another line there. So I guess we'll go ahead and like put some of this stuff back. Okay. I did go through a lot there. Okay, that was there. This was also there. Okay, so the board looked like this, right? Yes. Okay. I was gonna say you could also just leave the you could also just leave the Cartagia effect if you want to. And just go for this. Which I don't think is bad, because this puts you on just 4 summons, so that way you can't even get hit with Nib. Also, another thing with Nib is you don't have to Mirror Jade pop it if you don't want to, especially if you go for a line like this where you haven't used Albion, because you could actually just like dump anything, like dump this, and then end phase this can summon Fallen of Albaz, and then like Fallen of Albaz can just like make Albion, and then Albion can make what you want. So that's like another thing that you can do. And since it's special summons Fallen of Albaz, you'll still have like Albaz Engrave for Rinworm, and you'll still have Tragedy for Branded in Red. So you still have a lot of options. But you know, just know that like leaving this on field isn't the worst option. This card's really good on the opponent's turn. It's definitely underrated just because you can go like Mirror Jade effect, dump to banish, use this effect, and then just turn those into like Dragos Tapalia. And then you have that, which is Fallen of Albaz effect. I don't know. I just make something here. Make Sprint with any one of their monsters. Even if they had like a Kashtira, you can sprint into it because it takes one effect monster to special summon this turn. And then you'll have like Brandon in red, which you can go for Tragedy here if you want, because it gets you to Aluber, but you can also leave this in graveyard if you'd like. But we'll just go ahead and do like that, and then banish. You can go for the Iron Dash or Cartesia there. It really depends on like the scenario. Or you could honestly use both of those. You could add back the Fallen of Albaz and then just banish the Ad-Lib in hand, the Cartesia, and the Sprint, the Pop 2. And then go into that, and then you get your effects. And then that'll allow you to like special summon back out Mirror Jade, which is just another interruption. Give you the search, give you the draws. So then you have like just a bunch of interruptions again. But okay, let me go ahead and do it like that. Okay, so I don't remember what I put in the combo video exactly. I think the combo video would have shown off a combo very similar to this though. But discard, search, deployment, special, and then we'll go Branded Fusion, dump Fallen of Albaz, dump Tragedy, and then summon out Lubellion, and then we'll activate the Lubellion and the Tragedy effect. Now you could discard Sorneer here, and then Sorneer will allow you to dump, but I don't think that's worth it. When you could just go like ditch this, and then Lubellion, and then chain Cartesia. And that's gonna make you your Grangoyle, give you your search. This can grab Aluber, but you don't have to grab Aluber because you could just grab Ad-Lib again. Like the Ad-Lib play is like super safe. The old play is really nice, but it's good to know like what your new cards are doing to work with your old plays because they help out a lot. Like Blazing Cartesia allows you to like quote unquote play through Ash Blossom with a lot of hands, just because you're able to Guardian and Chimera the opponent, and that can help you just simply not die. And if you don't die, then you have another chance. You have another turn to try to play again. That's why at the YCS, half the times I got hit with Ash on Branded Fusion, I won those games. Now, it's still only half, right? It's not like I'm winning a majority of the games I get Ashed on Branded Fusion. I really wish I was. That would be broken. But you're just not. But that's also why post-side you have 8 ways to be Ash on Branded Fusion. But okay, what was I doing there? Okay, Cartesia, summon that. So I have Tragedy Search. Oh yeah, I was thinking about the Tragedy Search. So the Tragedy here, you could go ahead and search Ad-Lib and just end on a easier end board. Or you could go ahead and you could go grab the Aluber, and then this will still resolve, put back, and then bring out Mirror Jade, and then you get Grangoyle effect now, and then Grangoyle will allow you to dump. So you have a few options here. You're gonna hear me say that a lot because the deck always just has a few options in like every spot. But you don't have Fallen of Albaz in the loop, so going for Expulsion isn't as strong. You do have Lubellion. You could just dump something random if you wanted to, but that just never sounds great. You're not summoning Sorneer, I don't think, this turn. Yeah, there's just no way you're summoning Sorneer this turn, unless if you're going for Expulsion, because then you banish this, and Expulsion just gets it back anyways. And you could Tribute, go for Lost, and then... it actually sounds pretty good. You Tribute this for the Expulsion. Okay, yeah. Go ahead. Dump the Albion. Yes. Okay. Dump the Albion. And then so we just go like summon effect. This will go ahead and search. This could just grab Branded in red, I guess. Summon, banish, tributes, specials, Sornier can dump. It doesn't matter what Sornier dumps here. And then effect, bring out Lost, and then we can go like set branded in red, end phase, set the expulsion, and then you have expulsion live on their turn. You have branded in red live. See, it's like the loss doesn't feel that great, especially when you draw this card. And it sucks that I've done that in like a few of the hands that I've shown off. This card is just, it's not good to draw. So it's why you just play one of it. You always want it in deck. It's better in deck than it is in hand. Yeah, I think that's fair. It being in graveyard's kind of cool with some of the things, because you can Albion banish it as the dark to do your combo, and then you get Mercari or effect to search. But I guess just put everything back. Okay. Let's see. How do I want to play out this hand? It's really just Aliber. Ooh, a little bit of lag there. So we'll do this. I guess we just dump the... I think we just dump Retribution. Yeah, it's definitely Retribution. Dump, draw Expulsion. Okay, Foolish, dump. Tragedy effects, search. Just trying to play around like Imperm. I mean, oh no, they know I have Aliber in hand. Summon effect. And that's also one reason why we decided that Foolish was a playable card in the deck, because you always have a different line where you Branded Fusion and you can always dump Lubellion or something else instead of having to dump Tragedy. So then Foolish isn't just a starter, but it also allows you to get a whole nother piece in your combo. So that's why we decided that Foolish was good enough, because this wasn't in our deck originally. Then just Branded Fusion, dump Fallen of Albaz. You know, you got, like, I'm trying to like just show you, like, now I feel like if you've watched this, you like kind of understand. Do I go for Lubellion? Do I like semi play into Nib? Do I play safe? We've already gone through Tragedy. So what other options do we have? Now we have a Cartagia option if we want, because we can get access to Cartagia by dumping it, summoning Albion, make Mirror Jade, and then we have Cartagia that we can grab back during our opponent's end phase off of our effect. We don't have Cartagia in rotation right now. And if we go ahead and we go for the Lubellion play, we are just going to be discarding our ad lib. So it'd be like dump, summon, effect, banish, summon, effect, discard, put back. And this time we didn't draw Mercari this time, so this play is more worth going for, because otherwise your Branded Loss is just grabbing you more follow-up, and it's not actually, like, it's not giving you an extra interruption with your combo. Well, here, since we have Mercari in deck, our loss is giving us an interruption on the opponent's turn, which is really nice to have. And then you just like set. And then end phase. Yeah, see it. I actually talked about this in the comments section with somebody. I forget who it was. I don't know. But I was talking about how I play Upstart in my deck, and they said it should just be a second Albion. But I think that's incorrect, because there's a lot of times where you want to use your Albion in combo to dump something else specifically on how the turn went, while Upstart's always just like... Upstart is not the same as Albion. They both say draw one, but they serve completely different purposes. This one just makes your deck 39 cards. When you have Upstart, it literally just changes the math of your deck, while Albion is different. I guess, like, you know, it also like changes the math on your deck. But there's a lot of times where, like, I was like at the YCS, I was going like search Albion off something and then Albion effect to like dump Fallen of Albaz, so that way now I have Rinworm live. Or there's scenarios like this scenario right here where, you know, you have to choose, like, what are you going to go for with your Albion? Because you have Retribution to grab Fusion for follow-up. Unless if you want to use Retribution to grab back Branded in red, which I also think is fine. Here, we would just search Fusion. Because that's kind of where we've put ourselves. But, otherwise, if we didn't go through Retribution earlier, there's definitely an argument to just, like, set this from the deck off of the Albion. So, like, if we just never went through the Shrouded Dragon play, and we pretend that we just drew the other card instead of Shrouded Dragon, we could do something like this. And then this just gives us like a whole nother interruption. You wouldn't want to use it right away or anything. And also, this card scares a lot of people. They don't actually know what like its on-field effect does. They just know its graveyard effect. And it also provides you a follow-up on your next turn too. But like here you'd be able to go like Branded in red, banish, banish, banish. Obviously, Mirror Jade effect first. Just dump whatever. It doesn't even matter. And then summon effects. Summon back. Pop, pop. Draw. Search. Search out the Mirror Carrier. And then now you have, you know, let's say we dumped just that. Now we have Called by Still, Expulsion, Retribution, and Mirror Carrier. The Expulsion isn't really good in this line just because, I mean, we weren't trying to set it up, we just happened to hard draw this. But after going through the Mirror Jade and Chimera, which is 2 interruptions, we still have the Mirror Carrier, the Mirror Jade, so now we're at 4. Called by, we won't even count it just because it's not an interruption against a lot of decks right now. Then we have Retribution, and then Retribution is pretty decent. It's not the greatest card, but it definitely works. And then you also have like another Mirror Jade dump, so then you could, I guess, just Mirror Jade like dump that. But one of the big things about this is I highly suggest that you try setting this up. If you have Ridden Worm set up in your graveyard with Fallen of Albaz, and you did like normal combo, the game is over. You actually cannot lose. Like, this card is better in graveyard than it is on field. 100%. Like, it's not bad on field. It's definitely not bad if you get to do like that combo. But to be honest, I'd rather just have this card in graveyard with Fallen of Albaz and just play like the old Despia. And then you just have like Fallen of Albaz that can like summon out whatever. You have so many options because you played this, which is like different compared to before. And people aren't even prepared for this card still. They're still not prepared. If you Fallen of Albaz and you go like summon out this and just like get rid of like a unicorn or something, they're gonna be like, oh, okay, sure, I guess you're going for that. Or you could use this to go ahead and wipe, because people play into this. People, they're like, oh, you're unbranded, okay, they're not playing Mech Knight cards. Well, move, destroy. like it can definitely hurt people. If people put their Kashtira Birth in the wrong zone, then you can cook. If they put their Kashtira Preparations in the wrong zone, they're getting cooked. They literally can lose value off of a card that they didn't even know had that effect, because it can move and then destroy all face-up cards in this card's column. The video's already 28 minutes long. Holy. I guess I don't want to make it any longer. Go ahead and see if I have anything cool real quick, I guess. No, nothing really cool in that hand. Like I did the combo before where I had like I think this is one big thing, is you should know how to get from no branded fusion into a branded fusion. This came up a lot for me. We can go like lost, those two, and then summon. Because the times where like your hand is bad when you draw like a bunch of the random like requirements in the deck, where you have like lost, ad-lib. But if you have like lost, ad-lib, Cartesia, that's just full combo. Then you're able to dump here and search, so you can search lost, and then you can dump Sornier effect the dump, Albion effect, dump branded fusion, put back, draw blank card, doesn't matter. Cool, it actually works as a blank. Add this back, and then you can go like activate, dump, the Fallen of Albaz, the Tragedy, then bring out Lubellion, effects, go ahead and search, Grab ad lib, put back, and then summon, and then you got this. Probably could have, yeah, I should have definitely done it the other combo. My bad. I've literally only played one match of Branded in the last week. When I was sick, I was like, I'm not even gonna try to play this deck. So just like put those back. Then you just go into like Albion, and then you always have the extra Dark and Graveyard, especially because you'll have the Sornier line there. So banish, go into Lubellion. Now you just discard Talons, and then you put back, and then go into Mirror Jade. Then you contribute, bring that out, and then you have Albion on the set, and that just goes for Expulsion. And then you leave this in Graveyard. You don't add it back there because you want it for the Expulsion. You can like Mirror Jade, banish, and then like tribute this, bring out from the graveyard this, pass over Sornier to your opponent, and then you'll have it depends what they do here exactly, because if you're able to, you'll be able to do that, banish, summon, and then I guess you could like Cartesia, because this needs a dark monster. You don't want to forget that this like isn't a dark. So it's like something there. It's just turning something into something, turning nothing into something. But okay, that's gonna be it now. I'm gonna do another one of these videos in like probably a few days. Cause I'm gonna be playing Branded a decent amount this week. So once I get like back to playing the deck again, I'm gonna do another one of these. It should be a lot more clean, especially because my gameplay like a week ago was more clean than it is right now. Of course, you take a week break on a deck that you've only been playing for 2.5 weeks. It's not gonna. Well, I played the deck for a week and a half, and then I stopped for a week, so I was including that in the 2.5. And now I'm back on the grind with grinding a lot for these upcoming events. But with all that being said, the DB Grinder signing off. Peace. Have a nice day. Stay safe.